Hey, what's going on? It is Jeremy here from Flip My Bitcoin. In this video, I want to continue my conversation about Solana NFTs and talk about my journey into Solana NFTs. And my last video, it got way more feedback than I was actually planning. I was planning a couple people, comment, whatever, and it got a ton of comments, and I appreciate all the feedback. I had people saying, just keep at it. I had other people saying I was a complete idiot. And then I had one comment that really stood out to me, and it was from a user named NeoNeb, and said, there's money to be made if you play it right. SOLNFTs are still in the baby status and competition is fierce. And then goes in to talk about, different projects and things like that, and said, look into fine art projects and things like that. I had a couple other people say, just look at the community, basically. And maybe my last video was a little premature, because I 100% agree with this comment right here. Solana NFTs are at the baby status of NFTs. We are in the very early stages of Solana NFTs, and there is a ton of money to be made. Why am I saying that now? Well, all the projects, well, not all of them, but most of the projects that I was a part of, all of a sudden blew up. Just all of them. Soul Snatchers is finally above mint. They made some big announcements. Frenchies are about at mint now. They made some huge announcements about staking, then royalty payouts, and then I bought some turtles, and those blew up. And all of a sudden there is a lot of money pouring into Solana NFTs just from the last time I made a video, which was about a week ago, which is absolutely insane. Solana NFTs are at its early stages. What is happening from my perspective is a lot of people are now seeing that there is money to be made in Solana NFTs, because like Solana Monkey Business is blowing up, Thugbirds is blowing up, Aurora is blowing up, geckos are absolutely huge, and there is real money to be made here. So the people that are crushing it on Ethereum are now looking at Solana NFTs. And when they start looking at Solana NFTs, they've already made hundreds of thousands of dollars in Ethereum NFTs, and they come to Solana, which I personally believe is the superior network. It will be up there with Ethereum. It will be up there with Bitcoin, because it is faster and cheaper to use. It is, in my opinion, the definition of what crypto is supposed to be. Fast, instant, cheap, very easy to use, and Solana has proven to do all those. And I believe that the people using Ethereum are now seeing that there's money to be made in Solana, and now can focus a little bit of their attention on Solana NFT projects. So from that, just from last week when I made my last video about Solana NFTs, talking about how I lost all that money, I got a ton of feedback, and also Solana NFTs started blowing up. Overall, I believe I'm up $20,000 with my Solana NFTs. There are projects I'm still down on, but there is a new way that I'm looking at Solana NFTs and NFTs in general to avoid getting stuck in basically crap projects. One of them is I'm trying to avoid the 10,000 NFT launch. If there's 10,000 or more, I'm not really interested in it. It's going to take a lot for me to actually look at those. Most of those just feel like cash grabs at this point. Most of those projects, they get a lot of hype. There's 10,000 NFTs. They make $2, $3, $4 million in a couple minutes when they launch. And then the devs basically, disappear. The other thing I'm looking at is the community. Just by diving in the Discord, hopping on Twitter, which I absolutely hate Twitter, but hopping on Twitter, reading the comments, following the project, and seeing what is really being said about the project, how people are acting in the Discord, how people are talking to each other and things like that. If there is way too much hype, I wait, because when there's huge amounts of hype, usually, it's a bad sign. And that's unfortunate because, hype can actually make or break a project, but if there's too much, it seems like those projects just instantly die right from the get-go. Another thing I'm looking at is I am looking at fine art projects. Infinity are very cool projects. I am super excited to see the future of Infinity, because it has so much potential, because the artwork is so cool. I hope the developers stick with that project and we see where that goes. The other thing I'm looking for is, I know in the last video I said the cheap projects are attracting cheap people, and really it is cheap plus hype equals bad, in my opinion, because turtles, there was 3,333 turtles, which I didn't get one at mint, but they were 0.33 to mint, and now they're at 20 something SOL. So the cheap price isn't really what brings down the project. I believe, honestly, the community and developers are. Sometimes the developers, they get handed so much money after launch, they don't know what to do with it, and they kind of just forget about everything that they were working on, because it's life-changing money. Some of these projects are ran, I personally feel, by very inexperienced people, and that's just some of the projects that I've been a part of. And then the ones that are ran by like professional people, they know what they're doing. You can tell from the get-go that, and when they do the mint, it's not going to change their focus on the project. So overall, Solana NFTs, I'm learning as well with these. All of a sudden, I'm way up in just like the last week or two. I'm up like $20,000 in my Solana NFTs with turtles, and with Infinity, with my Degen Ape, with Ori, and a couple other projects that just like made huge announcements. And I believe, if you focus on the right ones, you can make money here. But if you chase the hype, it can absolutely crush you. Just like Eternal Beings, I don't know where that project's going, but Lil Uzi launched an NFT. I watched a lot of people lose money in that I know. I've told a lot of people, don't get involved in that project. Any celebrity-backed projects, usually means run away. So follow me on my journey. Thank you for all the feedback. Thank you for all the people that called me idiot in my last video. Thank you for all the positive comments and people that told me to just stick with it, because all of a sudden my entire portfolio has changed, and I believe that is just the definition of crypto in general. It just takes a little bit of time. I'm going to continue documenting my journey, and hopefully we can make some good calls. And if you watched to the end of this video, here is a project that I'm looking at right now called Cyber Frogs. I am minting one of these in a little bit, so hopefully I get one. And if you see this project, I believe it could have some big potential. With that being said, this is Jeremy. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.